G'day everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. The title of today's show is Bitcoin's Golden Cross. It's happened, of course. What does that mean? What can we see in the charts? And of course, what will that mean for the altcoin market as well? Does this mean the altcoin season is continuing for longer? We're going to talk about that and a whole bunch more. But before we do that, of course, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people, and of course does help support the channel, as does your wonderful comments that you take the time to write. I take the time to read them and respond. And of course, if you're new, smash that subscribe button. Okay, so first up, we see that the Golden Cross, yes, this has now taken place. And we're going to look at that in the charts in just a moment. And you can see the last time, two times that the Golden Cross happened, we saw quite incredible price appreciation there, okay? And we'll look at the charts in just a moment. I do think we are going to see some big upside for Bitcoin as a result of this Golden Cross. Now, what does that mean for altcoins and the altcoin market? We talked about whether altcoins, the recent run that lasted about 35 days was going to continue. And I think the answer, at least in the short term, is absolutely yes. And there were some great altcoin trade setups that I gave last night in the Discord in the new Trading Signals channel. We're going to have a look at each of these trades and how they played out, of course, here as we go to the Discord here. Let's jump into the Trading Signals channel. So there you can go. There were the four that I gave you. I'm going to check out all four here. Ondo, buy alert at 98 cents. Tau at 452. Sui at 395. And Solana at 174. So Tau at 452. Well, let's look at Solana first, 174. That you can see the Tribal Trades indicator. One indicator to rule them all, absolutely printed, got that buy signal bang on, and you can see the incredible price appreciation went up and hit that 180 level from the 174 level that was given. So that absolutely printed. In fact, it gave a buy signal down here on the 6th of May and a sell signal. Look at how accurate this indicator is. aka the money printer. We may even rename this. This is exclusive to the Tribal Trades Discord family. So if you would like access and an invitation to be able to use this indicator on TradingView, you will need to join the Tribal Trades Discord there, okay? Let's look at the Tau trade that we gave at, is it there, 452. Let's look at that Tau trade. And again, a beautiful, we got numerous buy signals here. I'm not going to explain what the three different buy signals, but there could have been three entries. If you missed this entry, could have got this entry. And if you missed this entry, it gave you one more chance to get in. And this absolute took off like a rocket ship. Again, the Tribal Trades indicator has absolutely smashed this trade. And this was up at, got all the way up to 474 there by the looks of it. Absolutely fantastic. The Sui trade there, 395 we have. And again, the Tribal Trades Discord indicator there that went all the way up 395 all the way up to $4.20. And so, and again, this Trading Signals channel is a fairly new channel. I've rebranded in here just to put some buy and sell alerts. So if you don't have time to learn how to trade or be in the Discord, you got a 9-to-5er, this is perfect for you. You just get the alerts when they come out, and then you're able to take those trades when they are given there. And of course, I love seeing the wins. And one of my favorite wins is one of the OGs, River Babe, in there. River Babe over here. And that made $611 on the Ondo trade this morning. Thanks for the crypto play, Tribal Trader. Listen, that pays for the entire one trade to pay for it all. One trade to rule them all. One trade to pay for it all. That pays for the Discord for the entire year and some, and leave some extra money there just for that one trade on that one day. For the less than a cup of coffee a day, you can join the Tribal Trades Discord. There's a link below in the description of this video. Look at Donut, smashed it again. Nice morning surprise, 5,000. He's paid for the Discord in one trade for 10 years, just in that one trade. And the Thunder from Down Under didn't even know how to leverage trade before he came into the Discord. He learned how to leverage trade and is now making these $5,000 wins there using 10x on leverage. We have leverage classes there to learn as well. So if you click in the description, you click the more button, there is a link there and you can get signed up in the Tribal Trades Discord there. And of course, there's education, entertainment, there's cheat sheets, there's crypto plays, stock plays, the Trading Signals channel. We do live trading Tuesdays and Thursdays every single week, and sometimes on the weekends, a couple of times a month on the weekends as well. Whole bunch more. Leverage Lounge, aka the Party Zone. Love the Party Zone there. And of course, we have the Tribal Trades indicator as well. And so you can get all of that, plus all the entertainment, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? Okay. And so I want to quickly also look at the Ondo trade here, because that was the other trade I given, and there might still be an entry, and there you probably a late entry there. There's the buy signal there that's paying off at the moment. So the Ondo trade, look, obviously it's a little riskier now. It's being some resistance there, but I still don't think it's too late to get in the Ondo trade. Just set some stops there. That's sitting at $1 right now, and that could break over $1 I gave it in the Discord last night at 98 cents. So it's only up a couple of cents, but I think it has some room to run there. So there's one for you that hasn't taken off, the Ondo trade. There, I'm in Ondo. I got in that trade there. So if you want to join me in that trade, you can. Again, not financial advice, and it's a couple of cents under the entry there. And so yeah, just it's a trade that's valid and can be taken. Of course, that was given in the Discord there, and you can see that beautiful again buy signal. The buy signal actually flashed there. It flashed on this candle between 94 and 98 cents. So I got the trade there right at 98 cents. And that's already given a little bit of upside, a couple of cents to the upside there. So that's that trade there for you. Let's look at the Bitcoin charts, because we did have that golden cross there. So we do want to check that out. And there it is. What a beautiful thing that is, the golden cross. There it is, crossing the 50-day, crossing over the 200-day moving average. And of course, what did we see with the price of Bitcoin? Well, it broke out of this bull flag. And remember, I gave the technical target for this bull flag at 113. Now, that doesn't mean that Bitcoin is going to stop at 113,000. I do think there will be some resistance there. 110,000 is a little bit of a psychological level as well. When you get to 50,000 and then 100,000, then 110 and 120, I would expect to see resistance at each of those 10, 20, 30. Where do I think Bitcoin can get to? Well, I have talked about that area around 120 to 130,000. That's my area of interest as a possible top for Bitcoin in the cycle, but it could go a little bit higher. And I'm just going to take it day by day and week by week and update the technicals as I see in the charts. Remember, I'm not really going to be looking to sell out of my Bitcoin position until I see the weekly momentum indicators flip bearish, and right now they're all very bullish there. Even if we look at, if we add the MACD in there, I'm going to say that is bullish as well. It just flipped over back a couple of weeks ago, so that's bullish. So I'm not really looking at exiting that position until I see some bearishness on the weekly charts there. Okay, let's also look at Bitcoin dominance there. So we're going to quickly have a look. And Bitcoin dominance, let's go to the daily chart, give us a little bit of zoom in there. So obviously there is dropping, and that's why altcoins are running, but we are above the 50-day moving average. The good news is that we have set a lower high. Okay, we've set a lower high. That's good as long as that continues to come down, because otherwise it might just pause and then go up. So this could possibly, I'm not ready to call this as a lower high yet. If this suddenly goes up from there, that's not enough for me to be a lower high. So a possible lower high there, and then we would want to see this come down and create a lower low there on the charts. But it's good that we're seeing this red candle, but the 50-day moving average right now, we need to see that broken. We need to see Tribal Trades trend line one line to rule them all broken there. And of course, we would want to see this retrace, all the way down really and lose 200-day moving average to get a full-blown alt season. Talking about alt season, and we do also want to keep an eye on USDT dominance as well. Remember, we've been watching this breakdown, and we are seeing it break down here. And so we'll start to get a little bit, if you look down here, once we get down into this area here, it might be time to sell. And at that point, Bitcoin could be rolling over on the weekly as well. If we come down to these areas, you see each time a buy signal here for USDT is like a sell signal for Bitcoin and altcoins. So this can be the tribal trades indicator can be used on USDT dominance. You see how on the weekly time frame, USDT dominance is in the floor and bearish on the momentum indicators. And so we would want to see once this starts to curl back up and flip bullish, then that's probably when Bitcoin starts to look bearish, and that's when we'll look at exiting the crypto markets. And I will be sharing and updating that as that comes to hand. Let's look at total 3 and total 2, because we looked at that the other day and we talked about how that was in a little bit of a bullish pattern there. And of course, we have made a higher low, and so we just need this to come up and create a higher high. We do have a buy signal there on altcoins, so that was another confirmation to enter those trades there. So altcoin season looks to be continuing, okay? And we've been in this altcoin season so far, and this started when the altcoin market bottomed out here on around the 7th of April there. So it's been about 6 weeks, so about 40 odd days so far that this altcoin season has been in progress for. And again, we look at the weekly time frame right now. There's no reason for me to exit any altcoin positions. I still have a lot of altcoin positions there, as you can see, because of all the weekly time frame, the momentum indicators look still very strong, and on the daily time frame, we're just starting to see it pick up there. And so you can see that just starting to posture bullish. And then we had that buy indicator there. Again, when you see the buy indicator on the altcoin market, that can be a good sign. And of course, that's total 3 without Ethereum. This is the entire altcoin market. And as I pointed out the other day, this bull flag here. And so I do see if this bull flag plays out, and of course, bull flags generally play out about 2/3 of the time to the upside, about usually a 1 in 3 chance that it plays to the downside there. And there would be some really nice upside. Probably in a subsequent video, we'll look at what the technical target would be of that. But my feeling is I'm leaning towards that this is going to play out, and we are going to see some upside here in the more upside in the altcoin market, and this altcoin season is going to continue there. I do believe that will continue there. And of course, when we look at the alt season indicator, a lot of people misinterpret this. Here's the deal. By the time the altcoin season, it says it's altcoin season, it's actually time to sell, because the way the altcoin season indicator works is it just measures only the top 50 over the last 90 days. So by the time the top 50 is all outperforming Bitcoin over a 90-day period, it's actually time to sell, because they've already pumped. The time to get in to altcoins is when the altcoin season indicator is at a low. Remember, we want to buy the dips, the altcoin dips, and we want to sell the pumps, okay? And so this is the way that it has to be interpreted. Look, I would make a totally new altcoin season indicator. I would have a buy altcoins and sell altcoins. That's the way. Just make sure you're interpreting that correctly there. And you see some of the best there that we have been talking about. Obviously, Sui has absolutely been incredible as one of the big performers, but still Bitcoin is outperforming majority of the market. So I still do think there is room and space for altcoins to run. And however, I do think the momentum indicators are all looking good at the moment. So any downside at the moment, unless we roll over on the daily momentum indicators, and you can see that all the weekly momentum indicators, both, we've only just started to turn to the upside on the daily, and on the weekly, we're still going strong there. So I'm not looking at exiting any positions at the moment, but there's no harm in taking some profits. Well, the profits are there to take. And like I always say, that nobody ever lost money taking profits there. And I think one of the biggest errors that people have made across all the different months and years and market cycles is the failure to lock in and take profits. Doesn't mean that you have to close the entire position out. It just might mean locking in some profits, getting maybe that original capital off the table and dealing with house money there. All right, well, thank you so much for tuning in. That's all we have time for today. And until the next episode, or until I see you in the Discord, happy trading.